Reflecting on this hypothesis, Ein tentatively placed a hand upon the tree's bark, silently offering his gratitude for its life-saving intervention. Suddenly, a melodious female voice resonated through the air. Startled, he glanced around, but finding no one in sight, he dismissed it as a trick of his imagination. Facing the looming threat of starvation, Ein acknowledged that his only option was to brave the unknown and seek an exit. He steeled his resolve and began his journey down the solitary path before him. As he turned to leave, the enigmatic figure manifested once more. Its presence radiated an unspoken intent that lingered in the air like a delicate whisper. From this moment onward, Ein resolved to seize control of his fate. With renewed determination, he bent down, grasping a jagged stone from the earth, fashioning it into an improvised weapon. Clutching it tightly, he steeled himself and forged ahead, ready to confront whatever challenges lay in his path. After some time, Ein, though bracing for an encounter with monsters, found nothing out of the ordinary. A fleeting sense of relief washed over him as he allowed himself to believe he might soon discover an exit. Yet his brief moment of tranquility was abruptly shattered when a blade sliced through the air with astonishing speed, grazing his ear. The searing pain sent him crashing to his knees. His hand shot instinctively to his ear. But before he could react further, the same deadly weapon struck again, severing several of his fingers with precision. Moments later, a figure emerged from the shadows. Ein quickly assessed the attacker and recognized the familiar traits of a gremlin, an elusive rank S demon famed for its unparalleled speed and lethal agility. Without a moment's hesitation, the gremlin launched a barrage of swift strikes, each one inflicting further damage upon Ein. Helpless and immobilized by his wounds, the boy came to a stark realization. Understanding the enemy's abilities alone was not sufficient to overcome it. In a fluid motion, the gremlin maneuvered behind him, raising its scythe to deliver the final lethal strike. Ein squeezed his eyes shut, bracing for the end, but the blow never landed. When he dared to open his eyes, he found that the gremlin had been frozen in place, then crushed beneath the weight of a much larger, more formidable creature. The formidable creature towering over him was a death bear, also ranked S, frozen by terror. Ein remained paralyzed, unable to move in the presence of such an overwhelming force. The bear struck with brutal precision, its claws slashing across his face and tearing into his eye. Ein cried out in excruciating pain, his body convulsing from the injury as blood poured freely. But the suffering had only just begun. The death bear then grasped the boy in its massive grip, crushing him with its titanic strength, leaving him a broken, lifeless husk. As the beast reared its head to unleash a thunderous roar, Ein gave in to the inevitable, his mind resigning itself to the end. However, a torrent of blood gushed through the labyrinth. Not from Ein, but from the death bear itself. In the distance, a mysterious entity voiced its frustration at being summoned to rescue a mere human. Later, Ein awakened before the World Tree, his wounds astonishingly healed. Before him stood a captivating figure. As if conjured from a myth, her presence ethereal. She held a delicate cup of tea, her expression serene and enigmatic. She offered no words, only a gentle smile.